guys, True Beauty Forever here, and today I wanted to film this holiday festive makeup look for you guys using the Huda Beauty Textured Rose Gold Shadows palette. This beauty right here. I know that this palette received a lot of mixed reviews, but I thoroughly like the palette a lot, and I recommend it if you can still get your hands on it. But yeah, this look incorporates, you know, some cranberries and berries and golds and shimmer, you know, nice fun festive look for the holidays. So if you're interested to see how I got this look, stay tuned and make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my future content. So let's get on into it. Alrighty, so I already did my eyebrows and primed my eyes and set them using the color Bay. So now I'm using a blending brush and starting off with henna as a transition color in the crease. Just blending it back and forth so that it's nice and seamless, adding just a tad bit of warmth to the look. And now I'm gonna go into Bossy and just add that to the outer. Can you guys hear this freaking train? Fudge. But just adding that to the outer crease and then blending it down to the outer V as well to add a little depth to the look. And we're just gradually adding some berryness, berry on fleek to this look. And I know it might look like I'm doing like 1 or 2 strokes and then that's it, but I left this part in to show that you actually really need to take your time and blend well, because nothing's worse than having like a really pretty look, but then it looks like trash because you didn't blend it out well. Okay, so now taking one of the brushes that comes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, I'm going into the color Man Eater, and then I'm taking the kind of fluffier end of the brush because it's a dual-ended brush, and I'm just literally just packing the color on first and then slightly blending it out. And I'm doing this to add a little bit more dimension and depth and smokiness to this look. Alrighty, so now for the fun part, I'm going to be using my finger because that's what you're supposed to use for these foiled shadows. And I'm taking the color Trust Fund and I'm going to focus this color on the inner 2/3 of my lid, and I literally just swipe it on. But I'm taking my time with this part because you don't want it to go above your crease because then it'll make your crease look kind of chunky, glittery. And I'm just kind of more swiping it downwards and kind of swiping it into that Man-Eater shade, but I don't want it to go past the 2/3 mark of my lid, if that makes sense. Now I'm just going back into the crease color and that outer V color and just revamping those so that it's as fleeky as possible. So taking that same ABH brush, I'm going into Cocoa and I'm just adding that into the crease to add a little bit more deepness and dimension to this look. I'm focusing that on the outer crease and then the outer V, but not taking it over the Man-Eater shade. And now taking my finger again, I'm going into the shade Angelic, which is so beautiful. And I'm just patting that lightly on top because I wanted a little bit more pinky rose goldy shine to it, so I thought that would be a great complementary color to it. And then as necessary, I'm going back and adding more colors and then blending them out to make sure it's as pigmented as possible. Okay, so my liner, we're not even going to talk about it. As you can see, it was an immense struggle, just like my brows were today. Not everyday makeup wise is going to be a good one. So I loved how the eyeshadows came out, but not the brows or the liner. But for mascara, I did that off camera too. I used the Mad Lash Black Mascara by The Balm. I got it in my Ipsy bag. Not sure how I feel about it yet. And also, shout out to Ipsy for sending it to me like this. So it's gonna dry out probably within like 2 weeks time, when it should last for like 3 months. But I digress. For concealer, my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Cafe. This is my holy grail, so that's what we're using today. I'm gonna try my Morphe sponge just to see how it works with this concealer. I'd say it blended it like a dream. I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to use the Coty Air Sponge translucent powder, and I'm going to bake. So I know I look like I just rolled around in some flour, but the reason why I do this is because it ensures that your concealer lasts all day and all night without creasing. I'm going to take some more of my eyeshadow base on my lower lash line. So I'm putting this base on my lower lash line because we're about to apply some more eyeshadows. And the reason why I waited to do the lower lash line until we started baking is that when we get fallout, we can just wipe it away when we wipe off this translucent powder and leave you with no fallout. I'm going to take this mauvey berry color, Bossy, on my lower lash line. And on my angled liner brush by e.l.f., I'm going to use the color Black Truffle, and I'm going to push it really close to the waterline, and it's going to act as my liner. Oh my god, I don't know why this eye gave me such a hard time. Now I'm taking a Morphe M528 brush, and I'm going to take the color Cocoa from the palette to contour with. You can even contour with this palette, guys. Come on. Okay, now I'm going to dip this same brush into this L'Oreal True Match powder in C8 and brush away my bake. Okay, so I'm wiping away the translucent powder, but I'm using this powder on top because it helps to add some of the color back into my skin, because the translucent powder can be a bit bright for dark skin. So that's why I'm doing that. And just for the fun of it, I guess, I'm going to take the color Man Eater on an angled blush brush, and that's going to be my blush today. Have you guys ever used eyeshadow as blush? I have. Alrighty, so we're almost done. So I'm going to, for highlight, I'm going to use the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Yes. And it's kind of a pinky highlight, so let me swatch it. This is the color. Right there and right there. I felt like this would look really good with this look. Let's hope that it does. I'm gonna use a Luxie 524T brush to highlight with. Okay, my face looks powdery AF. So I'm gonna use MAC Fix Plus. And what this does is it helps your powders and highlight to all settle into the skin and look more skin-like, and not like you just poured a ton of powders on your face. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. For my lips, I'm going to be using the Milani Matte Lip Cream in the color Sugar. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Oopsies.
For my lips, I'm going to be using the Milani Matte Cream.
Really, bitch. Pigmented AF. Baking this early in the morning. Stayed on Jesus. Baking this early in the morning.